All right, what's going on, guys? Look, man, I tried not to make this video, but it's actually like a really good lesson. We're going to talk about what happened with this Chud the Builder guy. He is basically like this. Obviously, he's like a typical racist white dude kind of thing. He goes around rage baiting black people into trying to do something to him. He recently has been arrested. I think he's in jail right now. I'm gonna look too much into the story, but I just want to talk about black magic, okay? And understanding that when you mess with God's people, basically this kind of shit that happens to you, and his life is basically over to a degree, right? Now it depends if black people are forgiving, okay? So there's this like hidden thing that people really don't know about black people, okay? The whole game about black people, or the original people of America, right, is that people got to trick you out of your energy, okay? Like, people don't really know this stuff, and it's like it don't seem like it's real, but it's very real, okay? It don't matter if somebody's being racist, somebody's being whatever. That stuff doesn't. People can say whatever, they can do whatever. The point is that when somebody's directing energy at you, if you fall for the trick, they can kind of grab you, right? They can kind of get you if you fall for the trick. If you get tricked, if you don't get tricked, it reverses on them. Okay, now the whole name of the game is to keep black people in fear, to keep them scared, to keep them victimized, to keep them nervous. Why? Because our energy kind of basically runs the world. If you I don't know if that makes sense or not. I don't really know how to describe it, but that's how it is. Wherever black people's attention goes, that's where everything is going to happen, no matter what. Okay, if black people are looking at you long enough, you're gonna explode. Okay, that sounds fake. Okay, but once that happens, then it's over. Okay, so right now, black people are becoming desensitized to other people. Okay, other cultures, other everything. Okay, basically enough. I think this is the generation that's basically changing the abuse, and the abuse is over. Right, as far as from that perspective, right now there are characters defending this character. Chud the Builder, like Sneeko, there's Myron Gaines. I mean, these are obviously fake black people. They're not really black, okay? And because they're not, they don't really understand the spiritual judgment that's about to happen to them, because we're in this new phase right now. I don't know what is going on totally, but if you're anything connected to the spirit world, you know that is judgment day, okay? And that when, but I don't really know how to describe this, but something's about to happen, right? Things are about to continuously go down that perspective, because black people are no longer participating. Black people are no longer being nice to everybody. You get it? Black people, you have to be nice to black people, right? How do I say this? You have to keep black people happy and docile and trick them a lot in order to make the world go around. Why? Because that's how people have taken over this country. That's how they've taken over other countries. But black people have a basically like this spiritual eye thing or whatever, that basically you know the truth all the time. You kind of know the truth if you can tap in. You look inward, then you got all the answers you're looking for. You're going to get the right guidance. You're going to get all the spiritual guidance, all the spirituality, all the stuff, right? But the point is to fuck with the water, fuck with the air, fuck with all the stuff, so that way you can't really tap into that. And when you know what to do, if you have enough attention on you, then basically you're gonna get fried. Okay, that's like the best way I can say it. Okay, so if there's like there's an evil spirit or whatever, and there's enough black people in the room, that thing's gonna get cooked alive. Okay, because it can't really survive. Like, evil can't really survive without. It can't. This is a baby in the background. Evil can't really survive in an environment where people are aware, right? Like, we are now aware, right? They're actually aware, and now in a. I just hope I'm saying this right here. I'm just trying to make sure I'm saying this right, because I don't want to give the wrong impression here on this video. You have to understand what comes with being a spiritual black person while you're here. You have to, I talk about God's design. I talk about how to make money. I talk about all this stuff, but you got to remember that you already are like select and chosen to get all these connections and stuff like this. Like, you're already going to get all this information. You're going to get all these downloads. You're going to get all this spiritual information, this genetic, you're going to get all these benefits just from being black, just from doing that. The question is that, are you going to be tricked out of it? You got everything available to you, but you don't really know it. And that's the game. The game is to kind of trick you out of it and to trick you out of like knowing all this spiritual stuff. Because that's the game. That's why they want you to be like in a religion. They're like, oh, are you a Christian or whatever? It's like, yeah. Right. Yes. But it's more than that. You get divine intelligence just from existing. Other people, they don't get it because they're not connected in that way. They're not spiritual in that way. It don't matter what they say. It don't matter what they do. They're not spiritually inclined in that way. Because it's just in you. It's like a part of you. It's like dancing or breathing, right? And I'm saying that because people don't really understand God's design. And if you operate in God's design, you can't really lose. But the whole point is that you have to, in order for this world to be okay, you got to trick black people into making things okay for them. If black people's attention is on you, the truth will all of a sudden come out, and now bad things are happening to you because this truth is out. I don't know how to say that. I don't know the words here, but this is an example of what happened to this Chud guy. Okay, whether or not you believe in this kind of thing or whatever, it is real. Okay, this is what I believe, and that's why when the collective consciousness of people with that's from this island or whatever, basically pay attention to this stuff, characters like this will just continuously start to melt. They start to melt because remember, black people are really influencing everybody all the time. You're influencing culture, you're influencing language, you're influencing just living in authenticity, truth, love, and everybody's trying to trick you out of that. You get it? They're trying to turn you against your women. They're trying to turn you against your family. Trying to turn you against your whatever, right? You're trying to turn you against everybody. That's like the trick. They got to keep, like, why do you think people got to keep tricking you all the time? You know what I'm saying here? So a good example of this is like right now, it's not a good time to be doing bad things to black people. Not a great time. Not a great time. Probably for the next 12 years. I'm going to say that. Probably next 12 to 24 years. Not a great time. Especially right now. Right now, a lot of black people are getting a lot of blessings right now. Okay? And if your attention is directed on individuals, the spirit is already, whatever it is going to cook these people alive. Okay? Sneeko now is becoming one of these people that's going to get cooked. Right? We're in the age of enlightenment. We're in the age of truth. And whether you believe in, astrology or whatever, but that's a thing. And if you're going against this, you're fucked. You can't be basically trying to make black people, I think, so DJ Academics and Sneeko right now, they're talking, and this has to do with business and stuff like this too, okay? Because you have to operate in a very particular way to be successful in business. It's not just money. You understand here? You don't get to do that as a black person. You don't get to do that. You got to behave a certain way because you connected to God and all the other stuff. You have to do it that way or you're fucked. Okay? That's why I make the videos, right? You got to do the certain things. Okay? So Academics is basically going back and forth with Sneeko. I'm still watching it, but watching Sneeko say that you're not supposed to get angry. You're not supposed to be doing these things. You're not supposed to be whatever. DJ Academics is happy that this guy is in prison. And if they're trying to talk about the First Amendment, they're talking about being a Christian. The name of the game now is that Academics now is starting to become aligned spiritually and say, hey, this guy's dead. Who cares? Or I'm sorry, not dead, but this guy is, he's in jail. Who cares? You get it? Once black people don't care, the game is up. You get it? That's like the game. That's the trick. The trick is for you to keep caring. Oh, we're taking away our rights. We're doing this thing. I ain't worried about that. You get it? The point is to try to keep you scared. Because now, guess what? If you're not scared, everybody else isn't scared anymore. Why? Because everybody follows black people. Because they're God's people. That's why. They're God's people. That's how it is, okay? And you don't get to choose to be born that way. This is what it is. That's why they can't keep tricking you. So what's really happening with Sneeko and Academics is that now this spirit is trying to come to Sneeko and trying to discourage Academics to make him doubt himself. Are you a Christian? Are you you think it's okay to throw people in jail? You think it's okay for people not to have a First Amendment rights? You think it's okay that people are allowed to be racist? You think it's okay for this, that, and the other? Nobody cares. That's the thing. Nobody really cares. Okay. If you're a black person, you don't really care about nobody but black people. That's how it's always been. You never really wanted to integrate. You never wanted to participate in society like this anyway. You just wanted to live your life and be left alone. But what happened? People have to keep tricking you to participate in this economy. That's the game. The game is to keep you stuck. That's why they got to throw all these black people in jail. They got to keep your energy there. They have to keep you stuck. Okay, they have to keep you there and harness your godly energy and all the other stuff, and they got to trick you and all this other shit. Okay, that's the real thing. That's my opinion. That's my opinion. Okay, it's about narcissism and abuse. If you understand narcissism and abuse, you'll understand why the abuser has to keep you engaged and caring about them. The abuser has to keep you engaged. The devil has to keep you interested. And once the devil can't get you interested, they're going to do anything possible to try to get you back interested again. Once you don't care about them anymore, guess what? They die. That's the whole point. A parasite can't live off you if you don't feed it. That's what's going to happen. Right? And that's what judgment is. That's the final judgment. Once the abuser finally doesn't really care anymore, oh, you're just not serious. Who cares? Like, I don't know anybody who does care about this guy. Nobody cares about this guy, right? I don't understand why it's such a big deal, why he's in jail or whatever. Who cares? Who cares about him? Who cares about his family? Nobody cares. Okay, so the point is that I think he shot somebody. That was obviously wrong, and he's going to hell for that. And he's going to hell for the things he was terrorizing the black community. Okay, Sneeko guy is a clown. Yes, he is. He think it's okay to walk around antagonizing people, and we just supposed to deal with it. Exactly. But you see what I'm saying here? And the point is that once you know the tricks, you can't be tricked no more. And that's the move, right? So somebody did something about it. It was God's judgment that somebody did something, right? So now this dude is in jail, and we should all rejoice that this guy is being punished, right? And he's losing his family, he's losing his livelihood, he should be losing everything. And we should rejoice in this and be happy. This is a win, right? And I'm saying this not because of race or whatever. This is an evil person. An evil person is now being punished. The point is to get you to not feel like they should be punished. You get it? Oh, I was just, trying to make a living, I'm sorry. I hope the devil continues to work through you, and I hope you're going to get healed, right? You get healed because it's be a matter of time, right? Because basically they're going to do everything possible to try to keep this devil alive, but he's a devil. Anybody who's antagonizing good people that's minding their own business is a devil. And if you can't say that, what does that say about you? That they're a devil. The Sneeko guy, he's a devil. He's defending it. He's in the devil energy. Once you have the eyes, oh my goodness, you can't stop. So you get it. Just anybody who's going to defend the shit, now you know. The discernment is activated. Direct your attention to the character. Eliminate it. You're done. That's it. You don't have to participate anymore. You get it? Oh, I'm not fucking with. Tell everybody. Oh yeah, don't fuck with this dude. This dude. Boom. Guess what? Zero energy, zero play, zero whatever. Guess what? These characters are dying off. That's why they can't stay alive, because they actually don't know how to make money. They don't know how to do real business. They don't know how to have empathy. They don't know how to have love. They don't know how to have nothing. They need to be a parasite to you. They need to be complaining about you. They need to be gaslighting you. They need to be telling you that you need to conform. You don't need to do shit. You don't need to do anything. You just need to live and be happy. And don't fall for this stuff. That's it. Just don't fall for it. Right? So this one guy, God said, okay, you're going to be the one. I guess the guy punched him or whatever. He was like, I don't know what happened exactly, but I don't really, I care. And, hopefully people can donate to this guy that this devil was antagonizing. You know what I'm saying? Whoever the guy is, we want to donate to him if it's possible. So I got to figure out what's going on, but we want to donate to this guy and say sorry that you had to deal with the devil. Hopefully these help with your medical bills, and we hope that you can get back on your feet. You understand? That's the game we're playing here. This is good and evil. It's not a white thing and whatever. And it's all about trying to get you to conform to the abuser. No, you don't have to conform. You just have to live your life. That's all you have to do. You get it? You just have to live your life and mind your business. Sometimes you might, it's like, they got me, that's it. They got me. But guess what? God's coming, so you don't got to worry. You're just going to come right back. They don't get to come back because they're devils. You get it? You're going to come right back. You're going to be cool. All right? But it's a win. Okay? It's a win. I hope the guy doesn't die, obviously, right? So I got to figure out what's going on with this guy. I got to figure out some kind of campaign to donate to this guy or something, because I don't want him to get hurt. We want to whoever hurt I guess the black guy that devil was antagonizing. We want to make sure that he's okay, right? And this is important to know this stuff, okay? Because people are trying to make it seem like you're doing something wrong. These people are trying to terrorize you, man. Like, they're trying to terrorize you. They're trying to make you scared. Like, just don't be scared. Don't be nervous. People just tell you to ignore this shit. Oh, just ignore it. And yes, that's a good thing to do. But sometimes something may come over you one day. And that's what happened. Okay, so the guy, I guess he shot himself too, like an idiot, right? So he shot himself, and now he's in jail too, which is great, right? I think they said something like his kid's name was changed, or his wife hates him too. Of course, his wife hates him. She's the devil, right? Remember, people only going to do things to you when they have a shitty life. So God is still here. He's still blessing us continuously, and just be thankful, be grateful. Be careful of these characters. Anybody you see demonizing any kind of black person, you have to know that they're the devil, literally. There should be no reason you demonize anybody. There's no reason to go online and literally make a living out of demonizing people. Okay, you're a weirdo, and you have to understand. You have to understand that basically, God's design is happening right now, but you got to get through it. You got to just power through this thing. That's what I said. Just focus on making money, on your business. People are going to ask you about this stuff at your job. Oh, did you hear about Chud? No, who's this guy? I don't know. What's happening? Oh, he's like a guy. He tried to do free speech, and is that really free speech though? It seems like he was just like a terrorist. A terrorist? Why would you say that? Well, he's going around and rage baiting everybody. What if it was like a Asian guy doing that? He just went around just hitting people or calling them this or that. Like what if you're just at the store and this random person just shows up and starts. It's not really like that funny. It's not really funny. It's like scary. Like, who is this person? They're big. They're dangerous. You get it. You have to get better at the game. Got to get better at the game. Okay. So just it. You don't know shit. Mind your business. Try to donate to this guy and try to do the best you can, man. You know what I'm saying here? But now's the time. Now's the time to lock in, pay attention to who's on this guy's side, who's on Chud's side, and who's on or Sneeko or who's on Myron's side or whoever it is. Any of these characters, who's on their side, and then who's on black people's side. That's how you know who to trust. Okay, if anybody says that they're on this Chud guy's side or this goes against the First Amendment, you should be writing their name down on a piece of paper and say, okay, don't trust. Right? God will do the rest. Okay, literally, God's gonna do the rest. How else can you think that this dude is shooting? He tried to shoot. He shot the guy, I guess, and he still shot himself. We think that's by accident? It's judgment. God's watching. Okay, FBI went to his house asking him what's going on. Come on, he's already in play. That's it. It's over. Okay, they're scooping up all the racists right now. Okay, they're scooping them all up. They're scooping them up across the country because basically they're a threat to Jews as well. Okay, they're a threat to everybody. Anybody that's hyper racist is a threat in this country right now. Okay, so that's just what it is. All right, so that's what I wanted to talk about. But just try to pay attention to this stuff. That's what black magic is. If you get caught in it, it's the same thing as operating within God's design. If you operate within God's design, you're fine. I know these are like weird concepts or whatever, but if you're operating within God's design, you're fine, and you won't be messed up. But as soon as you go outside of that, then you're going to get got. Okay. You're going to get got. But sometimes getting got is like the lesson that you needed to learn to get back into God's design, right? But black magic is when black people's attention, okay? When people's attention is locked in, then basically just like that, what is going to happen to the person? You need about like 5 people to look at this person's picture and be like, please take care of this person. It's voodoo. It's spirituality. It's all the same stuff, okay? That's how this goes, okay? So be careful when black people's attention is on you. That's it. But you got to watch it. This because people they're not really spiritual enough to understand it. They don't have the keys. I don't know if that makes sense or not, but they don't have the keys to connect with this stuff. Okay, this is like voodoo, it's magic, it's spirituality, it's it's not religion though. It's not religious. This is real stuff. Okay, religious is like a theme of something you do, right? Nobody does a religion. You do a practice. Right, you may even agree, you may even align with Jesus, right, or Yahusha, but even that's like judgment, right? That you're about to get judgment. It's the same thing. The attention is on you, and once people stop caring about you, the energy is gone. It's been dissipated. I don't know if that makes sense or not. Like people know when the energy is gone. You get it? Like, and I guess I got to draw this. I don't want to make this a long video. Though. It's supposed to be a quick one, but this is important to know as a black person. Or a person that's from anywhere from the islands, period, okay? You got to understand the trick, okay? Because most island folks are just very docile and happy people, right? The thing is this, with the abuser, they have to keep abusing you to make themselves feel good and pump themselves up emotionally. But on a spiritual perspective, they're really siphoning your energy when you pay attention to them, when you are watching them or whatever, they're siphoning your energy from the spiritual perspective. Okay. So they're trying to basically siphon as much as they can until finally they harm you, which is basically, I told you, the final thing is they want to devour you or eat you. They want to kill you first, but they want to devour you or eat you. So the whole point is for them to try to keep probing to see who's going to respond. Once a person respond, he hurt him, but he didn't know that this person was probably operating under God's design. He operating under God's design. Guess what? This dude got hit, and now he's being drained. Okay? Because remember, he needs other people to survive. This person needs people to survive. All you got to do is exist, operating God's design. This is black people's gift. Okay? I don't know if this makes sense. Like, as something I personally believe. It's not like proven studies or nothing like this. It's just what I believe. Okay? Once you just remove yourself from the situation, this person's going to die off anyway. But now he tried to go back in public. Everybody knows he's a weirdo. Everybody knows that basically he's a racist and all this other stuff. Okay? So, like, it's over. This is over. And if he does get support, then you know where the alliances are and you know who to align yourself with and to be careful being around the devil. Okay? You know, I mean, you can't really do that to black people. You can't. Okay? You just can't. That's why black people are serious. Okay? There's another example with Jake Paul and Waka Flocka. I guess Waka Flocka is telling him, like, you shouldn't be doing blackface. You know that's wrong. You get it? Like, these... I'm just going to say this real quick. Dang, I guess I got to keep doing this, man. Hold on. All right. So basically with Waka Flocka and Jake Paul, okay? Point is that Jake Paul is basically, okay, I seen Drewski do whiteface, which is no such thing as whiteface. It's just he's just doing a character. He's like, okay, well, I'll do blackface. Now, you can't do blackface because nobody's actually that dark, okay? And has pink lips. Nobody's doing that. If anything, you just want to dress as a black person and tell jokes, okay, that's more acceptable, right? Because it's not coming from a negative place. This is coming from a negative energy. He may not know that it's from a negative energy, but he's actually inducing negative energy by doing this, and he's about to trigger a karma bomb if he's not careful, okay? Waka Flocka basically tells him, hey, you shouldn't be doing that, this, that, and the other. He's trying to defuse the bomb. You get it? While this black magic is being activated, he doesn't know that this negative energy is being activated. God, spirit, source, whatever you want to call it, sends Waka Flocka to warn Jake Paul about his issue. Don't do this. You want to stop. You don't want to do this. It's wrong. You have to know the history. Jake Paul's, I just think people should be doing this. I think this. I think that. This is God interfering in your life, whether you know it or not. Did you receive it or not? If Jake Paul still does the blackface, it's over for him. It's over for him. Okay? It's going to be over. It's not going to be funny. He's received the warning. He rejected the warning. Now, if he receives the information and then says, well, okay, well, what does that mean? Okay, well, I still want to do something funny. What is appropriate? Well, just do like this skit. Have fun. Because the whole thing is that there's nothing wrong with white people joking around. There's nothing wrong with white people just having a great time. What's the real issue? Real issue is they're using negative energy. Okay, and it's going to get blown up. So anyway, just understand that, know what's going on, and know that there's always a magic bomb that's fitting to happen. Okay, I will see you guys on the next one.